Hello everyone. Yes, you've arrived at the right place. No, it's not Moffat Town Hall. This is YouTube, and welcome to the Moffat Theatre Choir's 2020 annual Christmas concert. Like many things in 2020, our concert is a little different this year. Due to the coronavirus, the choir has not been able to practice together around the piano. They missed the joy of hearing their songs and carols develop into the perfection that they normally are. Instead, they've had to practice at home on their computers, their tablets and their phones. It's not been easy, not for anyone. And it's certainly different. Amongst the different changes this year will be, unfortunately, we are unable to serve mince pies and mulled wine at the interval. My advice is go and grab some now and enjoy them whilst the music is on. Again, before we start, let me just say a big thanks to Erin and with a little help from Nick for devising this concert, for masterminding and directing it and bringing together all the different performances from different performers in different places at different times. So particular thanks to both of them. And last but not least, before we kick off, can I just say that because this concert is on YouTube, you can view it time after time with your friends, family and relatives. The choir would love it, and we would be really grateful if when you do, you could just leave a little comment in the comment section below saying where you're from. We would love to see how the Moffat community has spread around the world. So without any further ado, let me introduce the first songs that you're going to hear from the choir. Right folks, so let's get going with the first half of this virtual carol concert. First number the choir are going to sing is Fa La 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 La, a theme which oddly enough is repeated all the way through the carol. It's a 1950s take on an old traditional song. It's going to be followed by the Holiday Tango. This is about the trials and tribulations and stresses and strains of a family gathering at Christmas. I guess for most of us, there will be a quieter Christmas this year, another one of those 2020 things. If you miss the strain, what I suggest you do is you go and watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and just see what life used to be like for the Griswolds. But in the meantime, why not listen to this, the Holiday Tango, and it will be followed by the very traditional The Holly and the Ivy. Now, I'll let you into a secret here. They've recorded this in 4/4 time, not 3/4 as usual. So you are going to get a bit of a treat because of that difference. So without further ado, over to the choir. Erin, choir, away you go.
Fa la la, fa la la, fa la 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 la. Don't we know? jingle. I get a tingle from watching such a show. You can feel the magic in the air. It's what we call the holiday tango. We're all so merry, cheese red as berries, as we all carry our presents to and fro. Red and green surround us everywhere. It's what we call the holiday tango. Good or bad,
You know that Santa knows.
happy or sad,
You know that Santa knows.
naughty or nice, always think twice before your name goes on the list. A choir is singing, a bell is ringing, the ding-dong dinging, it's everywhere I go. What a special time of year it is. It's what we call the holiday tango. Good or bad,
You know that Santa knows.
happy or sad,
You know that Santa knows.
naughty or nice, always think twice before your name goes on the list. The scene is jolly, evergreen and holly. By gosh, by golly, I see some mistletoe. Off we go, no matter what they say.
Have some fun, be merry all the day.
Once a year we dance the night away. It's what we call the holiday tango. The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown, all the trees that are in the wood, the holly bears the crown.
The holly bears are blossom, as white as lily flower, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to be our
Be our sweet
sweet
Saviour.
Saviour.
Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly bears are merry, as bright as any bud, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ to do all sinners good. Ah, the holly bears are born, as bitter as any gall, and Mary bore sweet Jesus Christ for to redeem us all. Oh, the rising of the sun and the running of the deer, the playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir. The holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown,
Fantastic. I hope you really enjoyed those first three pieces from the choir. That's it from the choir for a minute whilst we wait for the second half to begin. I need to bring you up to date with the news, and this, as far as I know, is an absolutely genuine story. You may be interested to know that the Prime Minister, a certain Boris Johnson, has written to allay the fears of children who are worried about the relationship between Santa Claus and the coronavirus, and whether it will impact him packing his sleigh and delivering his presents this Christmas. Boris Johnson's public remarks were made as he replied to a letter from an 8-year-old boy, Monty, who had written asking for clarity. Dear Mr. Johnson, I am 8 years old and I am wondering if you and the government had thought about Santa coming this Christmas, wrote Monty. If we leave our mince pies out, do we have to leave hand sanitizer there, or will he have to go off and wash his hands? I know you're very busy, but can you and the scientists please have a look at that? Mr. Johnson shared his reply on Twitter, adding he had received lots of letters on this particular subject. And let me tell you exactly what Mr. Johnson had to say. I have put in a call to the North Pole, and I can tell you Father Christmas is ready and raring to go, as are Rudolph and all of the other reindeer, wrote the Prime Minister. The Chief Medical Officer has asked me to tell you that, provided Father Christmas behaves in his usual responsible way and works quickly and safely, there are no risks to your health or his. So, I hope everyone finds that suitably reassuring. There are one group of people this year who have not been affected at all by the impact of the coronavirus, and obviously that's snowmen. Being a snowman, however, is not entirely without its perils, and I have a little poem for you, and I think the moral of the poem is, folks, be very careful what you wish for. It was written by someone called Anonymous. Once there was a snowman. So, once there was a snowman who stood outside the door. He wished that he could come inside and run around the floor. He wished that he could climb upon the big white bed. So he called to the north wind, come help me, pray, for I'm completely frozen standing here all day. So the north wind came along and blew him in the door. And now there's nothing left but a puddle on the floor. Right, folks, well, technically this is the interval, or as close to one as we're going to get. So my advice is hit the pause button, go away, top up your drink, grab another mince pie, and then when you're ready, come back, hit the play button, and I promise you we'll be here for the second half. Catch you soon. Well, hello there, and as promised, we're here, and welcome back to the second half of the Moffat Theatre Choir's virtual Christmas concert. We have another 2 pieces for you now that the choir will perform, and then after those 2 pieces there's going to be one for you to sing along with. So let me just tell you the first 2 pieces. The choir will be starting the second half with the delightful Sugar Plum Fairy. You know, the one is Tchaikovsky from the Nutcracker Suite. And then from the subject of delicate sugary treats, we're going to rush bang up to date, well, kind of bang up to date, Christmas 1979, which scarily is over 30 years ago. Anyway, it's a number from Paul McCartney and Wings, simply having a wonderful Christmas time. So, for the first 2 pieces, Erin in the choir, over to you.
Plum,
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 plum, plum,
plum, plum, doodle-doo, fa la 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 la, fa la la, fa la la, fa la la, fa la la, doodle-doo, plum, 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 fa la la, doodle-doo, fa la la, plum, fa la la, plum, plum, fa, la, plum,
fa,
plum, plum, fa, la, plum, fa, la, plum, plum.
The mood is right,
The spirit's up,
we're here tonight.
and that's enough.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
The party's on,
The party's on,
the feeling's here,
the feeling's
that
here.
only comes
Oh yeah.
this time of year.
Oh, simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The choir of children sing their song.
They practiced all year long.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong.
The mood is right,
The mood is right,
the spirit's up,
the spirit's
we're
up.
here tonight.
We're here, and that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. The choir of children sing their song.
They practiced all year long.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Oh, simply having a wonderful Christmas time. 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 Oh, Christmas time.
Okay, folks, great return for the second half. And now it's time for you to gird your loins, take some deep breaths, and join in. This one for you to sing along to is one you will know. It is a classic. It is Joy to the World. And immediately afterwards, the choir's final piece will, what I think on Strictly and Bake Off they call a showstopper. You can all join in. You'll know the words. Rattle the windows and shake the doors. It is going to be Hark the Herald Angels Sing. So please join in, Joy to the World, and then enjoy the finale, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Erin and the choir, and to you the audience, away you go.
wonders of His love, and wonders of His love. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joy for all the nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Christ by highest heaven adored, Christ the everlasting Lord. Late in time behold Him come, offspring of the Virgin's womb. Filled with thirst and blinded see, hail the living deity. Praise the Son with man to dwell, Jesus our Emmanuel. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Hail the herald Prince of Peace, hail the Son of righteousness. Light and life to all He brings, risen with healing in His wings. On earth His glory find, what a man will one day die. Born to raise the sons of earth, born to give them second birth. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. The newborn King, the newborn King, the King.
Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that and you really did get on with joining in. Sadly, that's the end of our performance for this year. Before we say goodbye, I would like to say thank you very much to Erin and Nick for all the technological wizardry and work and effort that's gone into this, as well as the directing and practicing and rehearsing for the choir members. I would like to thank the members of the choir for all of their technological struggles, as well as the effort they put into trying to perfect these pieces for you. And last but not least, I would like to thank you, our lovely audience, for listening in and joining in and helping to make this unusual year one that still has a great Christmas feel. So thank you to everyone, from everyone, and with best wishes for a safe 2020 Christmas and all the very best for 2021. Bye from us. Bye-bye.